What's up, you guys? It's Matt here. So I was just looking through a few articles. I always like to look through crypto news to see what's happening today, whether it's about the SEC and the battle with Coinbase, with Binance, an update with the battle with the SEC for Ripple, or some information with the SEC against Kraken, or some information with the SEC against BUSD. But it seems like there's something that's common right here. Something that all of them have in common, and that would be the SEC and some sort of battle with a project, with a cryptocurrency exchange. And, you have that commonality between them. So people are asking me, as well as I see some articles, talking about how Coinbase could be leaving the US, right? And they have stated this, saying that, look, we don't know if we're going to have any clarity, and if we're not going to have clarity, we're going to leave the US, right? Kind of like that. And if they're saying that, people are thinking that. But honestly, I just think it's more of like, give us clarity. Not because they want to leave the US, it's because they're going to focus more on other countries than, feeding into US investors. And it's going to suck for US investors. I'm sure they don't want to just take US investors and go, here, we're just going to kick you to the curb, and we don't want to give you any other cryptocurrency projects because we don't believe that you're worth it, right? So there's some articles out there talking about Coinbase being invited to leave the US, being invited to be a part of other countries. And I wanted to kind of talk about that, on whether Coinbase is going to leave the US or what we are going to see with Coinbase. So guys, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, hit that notification bell for more videos like this one. Also, make sure you check out some of the links down below. It does help out the channel. And if you guys want to follow me on Twitter, @Perry8K, you can follow me over there. Don't forget about some of the links that are in the description. It does help out the channel quite a bit. And if you guys want to check out my Patreon, that link is also down there. But let's talk about Coinbase, right? Because I'm not going to be able to show you anything on the screen. Again, I apologize. But I do have an article up here talking about how Coinbase was invited to move to Hong Kong by regulators as the SEC lawsuit in the US develops. Now, this is big to see an invite directly from Hong Kong to say, Hong Kong regulators to say, look, you can move over here and you can do everything that you wanted to do over here, and not have to worry about, really fighting regulation, and not really fighting it. It's not saying that Coinbase is fighting it. Coinbase is fighting for understanding, clarity behind it. For the US, we need a ton of case law behind it in order to understand where this can go and what's labeled as a security, what's not labeled as a security. So this is a huge battle we're going to have, not because it's like, hey, this is just the SEC versus whatever, which it seems like it is. It's because we don't know what the definition is. It's kind of like you and, let's say, your significant other decide to argue about what a word means. You can go online and literally search for what your definition of that word would be, and something will pop up, right? You can go online and look up a word and see 17 different definitions for what that is, and you will basically say, no, I was right. No, I'm right. No, I'm right. No, I'm right. And honestly, both of you are right, right? You have the breakdown of that, but we just don't have certain instances to prove that one person is more right than the other. So that's kind of what they need to do here for Coinbase, for Binance. And again, XRP is going to be able to do that. Things that you do with Coinbase, or things that you go into with this lawsuit with Coinbase, it's going to be able to create that clarity. And I think that's the idea. That's exactly what they're doing. So it's good and bad to see that they're invited to Hong Kong by these regulators, basically saying that, SEC in the US is just not, living up to what they expected, right? Since the beginning, they basically said, all right, are we good? And they were like, yeah, you're good, but it may be subject to change. Well, how about you just communicate exactly what that change would be and what falls under that umbrella, and we will figure that out. XRP came along, they were in a lawsuit, they delisted them, and now as you see maybe that come to an end, maybe they relist XRP as well. So anyways, Coinbase invited to the U.S. by Hong Kong regulators. Hong Kong is offering Coinbase a chance to expand to the region as the U.S. regulators crack down on digital asset industry. Johnny Ng, a member of Hong Kong's Legislative Council, has offered to help Coinbase and other digital asset companies relocate to Hong Kong. I hereby offer invitation to welcome all global virtual assets trading operators, including Coinbase, to come over to Hong Kong for application of official trading platforms and further development plans. Please feel free to approach me, and I am happy to provide any assistance. The invitation over Twitter comes days after the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission filed a lawsuit against top crypto exchanges Binance and Coinbase. The SEC accuses Coinbase of securities violation and failing to register a broker-dealer, and Binance of several different violations. Now, while regulators are on the offensive in the U.S., Hong Kong has taken steps to become more accommodating to the crypto industry. Now, I wanted to kind of break this down, right? Because I don't know where everybody's head is, right? I can say that this is the reason why this is happening. I can say that this is the reason why this is happening. But in my opinion, when I look at this overall situation, again, it all leads to the fact that we want more clarity. And it kind of really doesn't make sense why Gary Gensler would basically say, we're going to fight and everything is a security besides Bitcoin. Could this be a reason to gain the clarity, and then when it gets to a point to where you now have others that are trying to collapse it and say, look, it's a security, they have case law to back it up? Could that be the case that they're trying to make here? I don't really know. But in other views, it's looking like the SEC just hates cryptocurrency. And that's where it's making me think that maybe Coinbase would move outside the US. But honestly, in my full opinion, I don't believe that they're going to move outside the US. What I do think that they would do is, if there is a decision basically saying that everything is unregistered security and they're all securities and now you can't, trade them or do anything within the US because exchanges are not offering them. If you do see that, it's just going to open the door for other countries to do what we were doing in the U.S. Basically, taking cryptocurrency as it is now, and instead of the U.S. really leading that charge, we're going to see Hong Kong leading that charge, or whoever leading that charge. Does that mean Coinbase completely leaves the U.S.? No, it does not. Does that mean that you will have difficulty buying whatever that cryptocurrency is? Probably. Because Coinbase will not be able to offer it as it is. And that cryptocurrency project would not decide to change anything because the rest of the world says, you know what, everything's fine, but the US says no. So honestly, I don't think that, one, we're going to see that go the SEC's route. Two, we're going to see we're going to see, case law that really breaks down the definition for future events. And three, if we do see any decision more towards the SEC side, it's not going to be that cryptocurrency is gone forever in the US. It's just going to be certain ones are not going to be available to the normal person. So anyways, guys, let me know what you think about this. Do you think Coinbase will actually leave the US, or do you think that they'll stick around? Same thing with Binance. So hit the like button, hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell for more videos like this one. Also, make sure you check out some of the links down below. It does help out the channel. And if you guys want to follow me on Twitter at Perry8K, you can follow me over there. Don't forget about some of the other links that are in the description. It does help out the channel. But again, I'm going to get out of here, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. See ya.